Okay, guys, welcome back. Rick Suarez, the Nutty Real Estate Professor. I'm very happy with the results that these videos are giving me. I'm getting a lot of likes, a lot of shares, a lot of great compliments. I really appreciate that. It all started to trying to lose weight, to be very honest with you. And since I'm going to be here, I might as well talk about real estate, which is what I do all the time, which is pretty much teaching the real estate business itself. So I really appreciate all the compliments and all the feedback that I'm getting. Now I am down to 10 days, so I really hope give me a lot more compliments. You know what I mean? If you need anything, any my services, please go to my website. Everything is there, spelled out. You shouldn't have any issues, and you could always reach out to me. Today I'm going to talk about leases, and the first one I'm going to talk about is called a gross lease. Now, a gross lease is also known as a flat lease. For the broker's test, you need to know it as a flat lease. For the pre-sales, you need to know it as a gross lease. What does this mean? You make one payment. That's it. It is the landlord or the owner that is going to pay the maintenance, taxes, and insurance. And that's it. You only make one payment. The next one we're going to talk about is called a net lease. A net lease has a second name. That second name is called a triple net lease. What is this? You pay a base amount, dollar per square feet, and then you pay a percentage of the maintenance, taxes, and insurance based on your square footage. Where do you find this? Well, shopping centers is one. Another one is going to be, I don't know, professional buildings is a perfect example. Then you have what is known as a percentage lease. Percentage lease you find in malls, Saks Fifth Avenue, Nordstrom, big places. Also Macy's. Also the kiosk pays it too. You work out a payment plan with the. I'm sorry. You work out a base rent, which is based on your sales. So I don't know. Let's just call it $1 million a year in sales. You're going to sell $1 million a year, and anything above the $1 million, you're going to pay, let's say, 3%. And that 3% needs to be brought in either monthly, or it needs to be brought in. If it's not going to be monthly, then it's yearly. And when it's yearly, it's divided the following year divided by the entire year. So if it's a million, and let's say you sell a million one hundred thousand, and it's 5%, then you know it's $5,000. So $5,000 divided by 12, and whatever that number is, you're going to pay your base plus that amount. That's how that works. And then you have what is known as a ground lease. A ground lease is usually you see it in corners, McDonald's, gas stations, Walgreens, Publix, Winn-Dixie's. Big corporations love to do ground lease because they want to do their own type of construction. They don't want to deal with the owner. They don't want to go back and forth with the owner. So they tell the owner, look, we want a long lease, a 50-year, 75, 99-year lease. We're going to stay here. We're going to stay here for a while. We'll do all the construction. We'll take care of all the taxes, all the maintenance, all the insurance. You have nothing to worry about. And what happens when the lease ends? Well, when the lease ends, the occupant, which is the tenant, must leave the building behind. They leave, they could take everything, but must leave the building behind. And then usually what happens with the new owner, when the new tenant comes in, they demo it. That's why you see these things being demoed all the time. Why? Because they didn't build it and they want the building to look like their brand. That's usually how it works. Anyway, those are the four types of leases. Those are the ones you need to worry about the test. Until next time, Rick Suarez, Nutty Real Estate Professor. Thank you for listening and watching.